Hey guys, welcome back. I want to talk about a mistake that I see a lot of bands make. A lot of bands come through my doors and play at my venue, and probably maybe a third of them or so are using wireless gear. And they're using wireless equipment such as wireless microphones, wireless guitar pickups, or wireless in-ear systems. And in a lot of those cases, there's no good reason for them to be using wireless gear. And I think they should get rid of it. I see a lot of cases where guitar players have a wireless guitar rig, and yet they're standing 10 feet in front of their amplifier all night long. I see keyboard players with wireless microphones, but they stand at the keyboard all night long. I see lead singers using wireless mics, but it isn't really necessary for them to leave the stage all night. Or maybe they do roam around the venue with a wireless mic, but actually it's not an important part of the show, and they could just as well not do that. Now, certainly, there are cases for wireless gear, and if your show depends upon you having the ability to freely move around, well, maybe you need wireless microphones, wireless instrument pickups, or wireless body packs for your in-ear system. And in that case, you might be forced to use a wireless connection. And that's just the way it is. And there's some really great wireless gear out there by people like Shure and Sennheiser, and I really have no problem with the equipment. But I've seen so many bands come in using wireless gear when it's not necessary. I see drummers with wireless in-ear body packs that they spent a lot of money for when they could have just used a device like this, which is a wired body pack, for $50, and it would sound better and be more reliable. So why do it? Why rely upon batteries during the show that can fail, wireless connections which are never certain, all of the audio processing and companding that goes into that wireless signal and reduces the quality of the sound? And I've seen so many bands at the beginning of the evening struggling to get receivers and transmitters to sync up, poking around trying to find a clear channel, having signal interference that either disrupts the venue's Wi-Fi signals that are happening in the venue, or the venue's Wi-Fi signals disrupting the band. It's just a headache, a hassle, and it reduces your sound quality. And it's really expensive. So why do it? If it isn't absolutely necessary to use wireless, it's not a good option. It's not a plus, it's a negative. And so that's my quick tip is, why are you using wireless? Do you really have to? And if you don't, you'd be so much better off using a cable. So it's not a plus. To me, it's a big minus. But sometimes it's a requirement and a necessity. And if you have to do that, I would suggest that you look at higher-end wireless equipment, because you certainly don't want those failures to come into your show, and the better equipment does tend to be a little bit more reliable in terms of signal quality and performance. So, a quick tip for you. I see so many bands coming in using wireless connections when it isn't absolutely positively necessary for their show. And if you're doing that, well, I know you've got a big investment in equipment, but my personal advice would be to put that stuff on the shelf and buy a good cable. Just a tip from Sound Guy Barry. I'm a sound engineer in the Minneapolis, St. Paul, Twin Cities area. And I would love if you would help me out by telling Google and YouTube that you like the video by subscribing, give it a thumbs up, hit that bell notification so that you're notified of new content when it comes down. And if you watch the videos for longer durations, all of these things help YouTube get the message that this is good content, and they will promote this material more, and I would appreciate it. But at any rate, thumb it up or not, whatever you like to do, but I hope to see you again on another episode of Sound Advice. Thanks for watching this one, and I hope to see you soon.